Oh, second.
Right.
I'd like to call the meeting to order. It's the regularly scheduled meeting of Sylvania Township Board of Trustees on September 6th, and the time is 5 p.m.
I'll call the roll. Mr. Mahoney?
Here.
Mr. Genowine?
Here.
Mr. Crandall?
Here.
Simcoe, here.
Could we rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, the first item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. I'll move to approve the minutes of
Second.
August 16th.
Second.
I'll call the roll. Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes. There appears to be no addition.
Nope, I have one addition. Under
Addition or deletion?
addition, under administration, I'd like to add a resolution 16-115, authorization to close portion of Townswood Court, and I'll discuss it at that time.
Kill them.
Hearing the public, nobody signed in, so we have
All right.
nobody.
Okay, we'll proceed to the zoning department. Darrell?
Good evening. I have two resolutions. First one is 16106, authorization of abatement of vegetation. This is for the property at 6034 Whiteacre. This is a high grass violation, asking for authorization to abate.
I'll offer resolution 16-106, authorized to abate property.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Thank you. My second item is Resolution 16107, authorization to file legal action in the Lucas County Common Pleas Court to enforce the zoning resolution. This is for the property at 5464 Monroe Street, violation of the site plan. This is the Muna Market property. I had sent you, my apologies for the tardiness of that. I sent that this morning. Hopefully you had a chance to look at that. Some of the zoning violations there and some of the photographs. If you have any questions on that, I can
Have
address
you heard
that.
anything back from the owners?
No, I haven't.
You sent a letter.
And Mr. Burrell was also going to send a letter in advance, too.
I'll move resolution 16107, authorization to file legal action, Muna Market, and I think there's an adjacent owner also, right?
No, this is just for Muna Market.
No, you're right, this is just for
Oh,
the
okay.
the site plan violations at the Muna Market site.
Second.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, thank you, Darrell. Road Department, I don't think there's any report.
Any questions?
Any questions from the board?
Fire Department?
Any questions?
Nothing?
Police Department, Chief?
We have one resolution.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Chief?
I have one resolution for tonight's meeting. I offer resolution 16-111, authorizing approval to hire one dispatcher. This will be a replacement for the one that we had to let go back a few months ago.
I'll offer resolution 16-111, authorized approval to hire one dispatcher.
Second?
The roll. Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Any other questions for the chief? Thanks, Chief.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Administrator?
Thank you. My first resolution is Resolution 16112, authorizing the administrator to enter into a contract with InfoStream Solutions. They will be our new website designer. I think Sammy has sent you various emails over the last month or so. We took 3 proposals, had interviews with 3 companies, and InfoStreams was one that we thought would be best for the township in redesigning our website.
I'll offer Resolution 16-112, authorize Township Administrator to enter into contract with InfoStream Solutions.
Second?
Call the roll, Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
My next resolution is 16113, and it's accepting a street lighting petition for Brink Crossing Plat 4 and setting the hearing for October 4th, 2016 at 5 p.m.
I'll offer Resolution 16113 to accept street lighting petition for Brent Crossing Plat 4 and set a hearing date.
Second?
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
My next item is a public hearing for street lighting petition, Bridge Creek Plat 2. This was previously announced that it would be tonight at 5 o'clock. And at this point, I'd like to have you open the hearing and see if anybody wants to talk about it.
Anybody here to talk for the proposed street lighting petition? Anyone here opposed? Hearing adjourned.
Now I'd like to pass a resolution 16114, which is approve the street lighting petition for, approve the street lighting for Bridge Creek Plat 2.
I'll offer Resolution 16114 to approve street lighting for Bridge Creek Plat 2.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
My next item on the agenda, about a month ago, we had representatives from the library here, and they came in and talked to the township trustees at the public meeting about a sidewalk project that they want to go from Southview High School west along Sylvania Avenue to the new library. There's right now 3 partners in it, the Sylvania Schools, the City of Sylvania, and the library, and the county, the county engineer. And at that time, we'd say we'd take it under advisement and think about it. And I'm asking tonight for any discussion on that, of whether we want to participate, and if we do, we can either participate or not participate. If we do, at what level we want to participate. I've had a couple calls from the engineer and the library wondering just, are we going to participate, so they can figure out what each person's share would be. I might add that it has to be unanimous, whatever the trustees determine.
The total amount they were looking for,
Was around, for each part, if you're an equal partner, it would be about $10,123, somewhere in that
I
range,
think it's 150.
somewhere in that range.
My recollection is 2,150.
and that's a $7.2 million building?
The library, somewhere in that range, yeah.
It's actually higher than that. With the cost of the land they purchased from the school system and engineering, it's close to $9 million.
And they want 10 grand from us.
That's what the proposal says. If you recall, we said, and we've actually told them no, I think. I mean, we said we wouldn't be a part.
Well, not officially, just, there's
Yeah.
been no action by the trustees on it. And like I said, you can give a set dollar amount, this is what we feel is fair for the township to, or we don't have to participate. It's once again up to the trustees.
I know this conversation is largely because of one of the things that I brought up at a past meeting. But again, I think I was just confused or not informed of the reasons why we weren't doing it.
Right.
I was told over and over again that, the township does not maintain sidewalks, and we were concerned about getting into a sidewalk maintenance.
That's correct.
And then, then it turned out, well, that, the library and things had promised that they were going to do it along with the schools. Again, I guess I never realized it was a $9 million project that the city quickly annexed out of our jurisdiction as well.
Well, they didn't annex the building, that was already.
They did it
in the
just prior
city.
to the start of the
Yeah.
construction.
They bought 2 houses, it's a parking area, and looks like a retention pond, what was annexed. But if you remember when the library was here, that meeting, they said they're looking at other properties to acquire, which means
Annex.
annex, because they don't want 2 different tax rates.
I'm open for whatever you guys want to do. I mean, I can go either way. Part of me thinks that we ought to give something. We've got Sylvania Township, a lot of residents that walk to school, walk to the library. It's safer. I mean, I see kids up and down Sylvania Avenue walking home from school all the time. It'd be nice to see a sidewalk there. I'm not overly against it from a safety factor. That little berm that they walk on, I mean, that's I get nervous when I ride my bike down there, let alone walk. So I'm not overly against contributing whatever amount you guys would be comfortable with.
You want to do half? Go like $5,000? Or, I'm open. Again, I know I brought this upon us, but I really, I'm getting calls from outside saying, and I kept saying this was the reason why we weren't doing it, and they were
Right.
shooting bullet holes in that, and I was like, this doesn't make any
Right,
sense.
and
So-
I think we've all, had to defend ourselves with this. What do you think, John?
Yeah, officially, we've had 3 calls here. 2 supporting it and 1 saying you shouldn't be spending. So, it's a mixed bag, but 3 calls isn't a lot.
What's your thought on
The 2 that thought we should do it, when I called them and told them, we don't build even on a township road, said, well, why are you involved? And they said, others decided we should be. But I'm open to, if you guys want to do something, make a motion. But I think it should be, because they're asking for 10, if we're thinking of shooting them 1,000 or 2,000, I'd say, forget it. I talked to the mayor about this, as we promised to the library, and he basically said, you decide what you want to do. Our share is either 10 or 13, and neither.
Doesn't move the meter for those
Yeah,
guys.
it doesn't
Right.
move the meter for the city. And that's the only contact we had up till recently, when the library and school system have been calling us.
$7,500?
Somebody.
I don't care. It doesn't matter. I mean, I'll make the motion for the full amount. I mean, it doesn't matter to me. If you guys want to do less, I'm willing to do less. I don't care. I mean, I care, obviously. I don't mean it that way.
Yeah, no, it is frustrating. I mean, knowing that property that we put the sidewalk in is gonna get annexed the minute they buy it. I mean, there's a lot of things that tell us this is a bad deal, but on the same side, the safety of children should probably come first. Let's do half.
Sold.
Let's make a dollar amount then, $5,000?
$5,000,
Okay.
You make the motion, John?
yes. Is that 16-115?
No, 1/6.
116.
Mr. Genowine moved $5,000. Have a second?
Second?
Okay, no more discussion. I'll call the roll. Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Okay, I'll write up the resolution, notify the library of it. And that's all I have. Dave, I'll turn it over to you.
Just a few quick things. You did get a memo on the resolutions we have. Resolution 16-108, fiscal department's hired a temporary employee, and so we need to create a new account and appropriate funds. That would be resolution 16-108.
I'll offer resolution 16-108, approve new account number and appropriation for unencumbered balance, temporary employees.
Second?
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
And then Resolution 16-109, Township Appropriation from Unencumbered Balance. We need to do some additional appropriations that were not included in the original budget, and you can see a few fire prevention supplies and for computer services and software.
I'll offer Resolution 16-109, appropriation from unencumbered balance.
Second.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
And last, the transfer appropriations to correct the original budget. This is having to do with the fire grant fund. You can see that's $1,500.
I'll move Resolution 16-110, transfer of appropriation.
Second.
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Excuse me, before we move on to open discussion, I forgot that one add-on resolution I talked about at the beginning.
Yeah.
We've had a request from the Home Builders Association. They're having a charity event for the Red Cross where they build a house, and the proceeds of the sale of that house will go to the Red Cross. They want to have a event in front of the house, and it involves a tent that they want to put up in the street in front of the house, and then they're going to have a fence around it, and they'll have a celebration there for the house. And so what they're asking for us is to pass a resolution to actually close the street off, because the tent will be in the street in front of the house. Now, it's not a thorough street or anything, it's just is it a court, or?
It's a 25-mile-an-hour side street. The north end of it's not even accepted in the township maintenance system yet, it's still being developed.
So it's not a through
Where's
street?
it located?
It's in Eagle Creek subdivision, off on Sylvania Metz, the last subdivision,
Okay,
western edge of the township.
okay. I'll offer Resolution 16-115, authorized to close portion of Tallenswood Court for a fundraiser.
Second?
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes. Anything else, Sean?
No, that's it.
Nobody signed up
Nope.
for open discussion?
I just had two real quick bits of piece of information. King Acre subdivision, which is by Jim Moline developed, tomorrow's his groundbreaking ceremony, tomorrow like at 5:30. So I think they got the media there, so if you
That's the
want to
one
stop
off
by.
King Road?
Yeah, off King Road.
South of Central.
Yeah. And then secondly, I went to that the water
Oh,
meeting
yeah,
last week. Township, yeah. And basically, you just give this some thought, no need for any decision on this, but I think the county commissioners would like us to, if we're interested in a regional water moving forward, they'd like a letter from us to the commissioners stating that they would be interested in doing continue with the regional thoughts and talks. Nothing more than that, no money, nothing, just something in support of, so the county commissioners can
I
start
think
getting
it's
their
the
ducks in a
only way
row.
it's going to happen. So could you draft up?
Sure,
a letter?
yeah, I'll work with you,
Okay.
let me know what
Put
they're
it in
looking
our-
for.
No problem. That's it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for attending that meeting, Dale. Any questions on the chairman? Any question on the chairman's report or John's report for this meeting? Okay. Hearing of the public, I don't think there's anything.
Nobody signed in?
No. I'll make a motion to go into executive session at 5:18 for personnel, employment, police department.
Second?
Mr. Mahoney?
Yes.
Mr. Genowine?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
You need a signature?
Oh, we're not doing the three, right?
It's getting worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's getting worse.
And then do you want me to contact those two?
Yeah. Let's-
Already?
We'll ask
Okay,
Mike.
it says yes.
We'll ask Mike
I'll
at the meeting.
declare us out of executive session at 5:42.
Second.
Mr. Genoway?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.
Let it be shown that
Please
trustee,
note that Mr. Mahoney had to leave.
it's not here.
I'll make a motion to adjourn at 5:43.
Second.
Mr. Genoway?
Yes.
Mr. Crandall?
Yes.